All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Daytona International Speedway for round number 3 or the semifinals of the Rainbow Valley in-season tournament. My name is Ryan Wayne, and I will be commentating here for tonight's events. And we've got super speedway racing action tonight. We have 4 drivers remaining here in the semifinals. Chance their shot into the championship. Let's go ahead and take a look at the drivers that are still in the hunt here for this in-season tournament. We'll start with Marty Cmejla, who is the number 1 overall seed. See him right there in the number 8. May have to refresh my trading paints, but typically runs the MC Motorsports font, that number 8 machine. Number 1 seed coming into this tournament. He's had a fantastic tournament here so far, finishing third in race number 1 and second in race number 2. Keep your eye on that number 8 tonight. Definitely could be somebody point their way into the championship. Daniel Mosteller, currently not on track, has been dominant so far in this in-season tournament, has won both of the races here so far in the tournament. He comes in at the number 2 seed. The number 4 seed in this tournament is Chase Ingram, the number 01. It's a driver that is known notoriously for running well on these drafting tracks. Another driver that has been able to point his way into the semifinals, as his matchup is going to be against the number 8 of Marty Cmejla. And then the 4th and final driver still left in this in-season tournament bracket is Aaron May in the number 10. See him right there in the iRacing Toyota Tundra, coming in as the number 6 seed and the lowest seed remaining here in this tournament. Aaron finished 7th in both races so far this round. A lot of interesting storylines here tonight with those 4 drivers here in the in-season tournament. We're going to go ahead now over to our full-size view where we have Felix Hammer. And now, as soon as I say that, Colin Lewis goes to the top of the charts at 49.69. Nice lap there for the Budweiser Ford, Colin Lewis. Marty Cmejla goes up to P2, and you'll see the matchups are going to be highlighted a certain color. So Cmejla and Ingram are both highlighted in yellow. Aaron May and Daniel Mosteller are highlighted in cayenne blue, just to differentiate them apart. Aaron May now goes to the top of the charts at a 49.658. So great lap there for the iRacing Toyota Tundra. Now Wyatt Blair's to the top of the charts. Talked to Wyatt before the start of the broadcast. He's got a special announcement we'd like to review here to Rainbow Valley Sim Club. And we'll get him into the booth right before the start of race number 2. Hear what he has to say. Is now Chase Crawl. And now Chase Ingram. It's going to be a Chaseception front row with Ingram and Crawl now occupying the front row at the moment. Still waiting on a few more trucks to qualify as we got about a minute remaining here in this qualifying session. Here's one of the drivers to keep your eye on. Here's Luke Gallagher in the 00. He was eliminated last week. Did not show up for Michigan. And right on track there in that 00 machine. And he's going to be P9 here on the racetrack. We also have Jordan Jung in the number 62. Running that Halmer Friesen truck once again. This is a driver that's gotten sneakily good in the last couple of weeks. We saw him win at Pocono in the next-gen cars. And he also had a podium finish in last week's race at Michigan. He and Marty Cmejla were in a heated battle there for P2. Ultimately, Cmejla came through. Take a look at the best time here over on the left-hand side of the screen. I don't think Jung's going to get a lap in, so he's going to be at the back of the field. And that's going to be the end of qualifying. We're going to hop straight into the race where it's going to be a Chase and Chase front row. We'll go ahead and get you that starting grid right now. Here's our starting lineup here. We got Chase Ingram in the 01, Chase Crawl, that's number 23. Wyatt Blair and Aaron May are 2 admins here tonight, 3rd and 4th. Colin Lewis, Marty Cmejla will be in row number 3. Row number 4, we have Levan Van Leer and Lane Sanders. Row number 5, we have Luke Gallagher and Sebastian Sapien. Row number 6, Patrick Connell and Jack Metcalf. Eric Shaver and Felix Hammer will be in row number 7. Daniel Mosteller back in 15th alongside. It's Derek Slidell in that number 51. We have Jordan Jung and Mateo Mitchell. I think that Mitchell's going to be our admin in the tower tonight. We've got Josh Kenyon and Charlie Birch in row number 10. David Johnson, that Vic Ford, and Diego Acuna. And rounding out the rear of the field, we have Xavier Dawkins Batiste. And that's the 23 trucks that are currently on the grid here. Get ready for race number 1, our semifinal round here in the River Valley in-season tournament. We have race analysis and kind of what to expect here from Daytona tonight. Ignore the fuel window here. It's 40 laps. The type of changes I made did not save, but expect the fuel window to be about 30 to 32 laps tonight, maybe 33 laps, depending on how these drivers manage the draft. But I definitely expect at least one pit stop tonight if this race stays green. So far in this in-season tournament, we've only had one caution in a grand total of 117 laps run. Very impressive drive by these drivers so far, but Daytona is a completely different beast when packed in like sardines, and the draft can be such a crucial role here for these drivers tonight. We got our hype music out of the way as we get ready to get these cars rolling off a pit road, man. It should be a fun race here at Daytona, as we will have 21 trucks now, 22 trucks on the grid getting ready to start this race. So Chase Ingram, the number 4 seed this in-season tournament. He's going to be on pole here, trying to get that number 01 to victory lane. So we got a cool paint scheme right beside him, representing the University of Toledo. I see the Toledo Rockets. That is Chase Crawl, that number 23. And navy blue and the gold cut lettering or coloring on the number 23 truck. Looks to make a name for himself right there on the outside of row 1. You got Wyatt Blair and Aaron May right behind. And Marty Cmejla, number 1 overall seed in this bracket. He's back in 6th place. And Daniel Mosteller typically starts at the back of the field here in these races. He's all the way back in 14th, starting 15th here in this race. See how he'll fare there back toward the back half of the field. Long way to go. 40 laps at Daytona. I really know what to expect, that's for sure. Charlie Birch and Josh Kenyon are going to start from the pit, so we have 20 trucks here in this pack. They're all ready to roll here tonight. Some drivers going for the win, some drivers set to advance. It should be one heck of a show here for race number 1, Speed Demon Racing Network. As the pace car is about to make the hard left turn onto pit road, it's going to be the Chase front row here with Ingram and Crawl leading us down to the green. And you can tune in here to the Speed Demon Racing Network as the pace car makes the hard left turn onto pit road. The starter has the green flag in hand. And we are green here from Daytona. A lot of movement early on here with this pack. Looks like even start here so far. As you see, Aaron May, the 10, is pushing the number 23 of Chase Crawl. Want to be as patient as possible here right at the beginning. Don't want to make your move early. End up jeopardizing your race, cause an accident. Everyone's still staying in line right now. That's going to be Chase Crawl, who's going to lead lap number 1 here from Daytona. Now Aaron May trying to make a move here to the outside as he's going to go to the race lead. And the 2 fighting in the in-season tournament side by side. That's Ingram and Cmejla still side by side for position. Got a third line trying to start. That is the SpongeBob Toyota. I think that's Lynn Sanders there, number 11, trying to start that third line. Now, a couple of these drivers ran the Asphalt 500 back in January, so they've got some experience in knowing what to do in the draft, especially in a longer type of race. Chase Paul, you see right there with number 23, was oh so close, one of the Asphalt 500. Lost on a photo finish to Zayden Cortinez. You see he's going to make a move here. Try to stay in this race lead. Kind of hard to say which line has the advantage right now, but everyone's still 2 by 2 by 2. All the way back to number 44, Patrick Connell. Right on board here with one of our in-season tournament drivers. It's Marty Cmejla, the 8th. And a huge lift off the corner right there. You see the inside line is going to get broken apart. At strength in numbers right now on the outside. It's going to be Aaron May. Well, that was a close call right there with Sebastian Sapien, the number 7. He stays in line right behind the number 10. Here's a truck trying to go 3 wide here. That's Dan Lear, the number 60. Dan is one of the few drivers that has run in all the races here so far in this in-season tournament. He is a number 16 seed. Boy, that's a close call right there with Colin Lewis as well, the 29. But they're able to get it all sorted out. So we get back up front here. Sebastian Sapien goes to the point. .36 to go here from Daytona. It's a long way to go, especially in this race. We'll see what kind of strategy we'll see play out if this does stay green. But a truck in the wall there is the 51 of Derek Slidell. And now look on the outside, that's Lane Sanders there, the SpongeBob truck. The Red Horse Racing number font. He's going to have some help here from his Toyota teammate. That's Aaron May, the 10. The 3 Toyotas all lined up right there. Oh, might have been a contact there. That's Jack Metcalf in the 24. Who was stuck in the sucker hole in the middle right there. That Napa's truck. Oh, Wyatt Blair in the fence, the number 5. Getting real dicey right now in the midfield with these drivers trying to get themselves in the best positions. We almost saw a wreck right there with the 5 of Wyatt Blair. Still pretty even here up front. You've got Lane Sanders, Sebastian Sapien. Jordan Jung sideways right there, that number 62 truck. Meanwhile, let's go back to Daniel Mosteller in the 87. Yeah, he's just chilling right there in the 16th spot. I don't really see him work his way up toward the front. He knows this is a long race. This matchup right now currently in P2 with Aaron May. Again, long way to go here in this race. Contact right there. Marty Cmejla just had a moment right there. The number 8 truck. That is something you do not want to see in this race. Cmejla has done an amazing job so far in this in-season tournament. Finished in the podium. Both races so far. Trying to advance here to the championship as, boy, he is sideways again. That number 8 truck. Now door-to-door contact there between the 12 of Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste and the 8 of Marty Cmejla. And now we'll see what line the number 11 Lane Sanders is going to block. He's going to now go back down to the bottom of the racetrack. Cmejla out of line again, that number 8 truck. Everyone's still trying to cover themselves right now, as now Aaron May tries to get himself into the race lead with help from Jordan Jung. Unbelievable. We still have 20 trucks here in this lead pack. As now this inside line starting to die with Lane Sanders in a number 11. He's going to fall all the way back here into the, I believe that's going to be the 4th position. Sebastian Sapien tried to give him a shove, but anything right now as Aaron May continues to parade the field around the outside line. Now Jordan Jug makes a move here in the number 62. Marty Cmejla, the 8, is off the pace. He's able to get it back together, but you see the battle right there for the in-season tournament. That is the 01 and the 8. They're side by side here for position. Like he's going to fall back with his MC Motorsports teammate. That's Patrick Connell in the 44. That's his lone teammate here in this race. If you look now, jump to the point. How about Lee Van Leer working his way up to P2? Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste in third. Sebastian Sapien in fourth. It's a battle right here for P5 with Chase Crawl and Lane Sanders. Next time to the stripe, it'll be 31 laps to go here from Daytona. Seeing a lot of trucks swerving back and forth here as we get later in this run. I wonder if handling is going to come into effect at the tail end of this fuel run if this race stays green. Chase Crawl at 23 back to the point here. We got 4 Toyotas controlling this field right now. Crawl, you've got Sanders. There's Aaron May in the 10, trying to work his way back up to the podium as well. Everyone doing a really good job so far as we are 10 laps into this race. Oh, that's Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste in the 12. As soon as I say that, there's Luke Gallagher off the pace as well, the 00. I think was trying to check up because of that moment from the 12 of Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste, but he'll get back in line behind the 01 of Chase Ingram. And I wonder what the strategy is for the drivers here toward the tail end of the pack, like Diego Cunha in the 84. Is he waiting to see, is he saving fuel now and then trying to push toward the end? Again, if this race stays green, it's going to all come down to who can have that shortest pit stop. We've seen the 84 just kind of chill here at the tail end of this pack, so keep your eye on Diego Cunha when this race continues. We'll check us on that inside line. That was Lee Van Leer in the 60 that had a moment in that Build Submarines Ford. I'll tell you what, Lane Sanders is one of those guys that's very aggressive on these plate tracks. He always seems to work his way toward the front. He always seems to be somebody that knows how to get it done. See him right there working well with the 23 of Chase Crawl. They've got Marty Cmejla here on the bottom line trying to do something, but he has no help. His only partner there is the number 5 of Wyatt Blair. Yeah, Cmejla willing to make these moves now with Chase Ingram all the way back in 16th at the moment. They're making a little bit of headway now with that checkup on the outside line. Cam gives a great view of everything going on around this racetrack. You see Colin Lewis there in the 29. He's going to drop back out of line here. Jordan Jung making a move on the outside of that 62 truck. Well, we saw the view from the front of the pack. Now let's ride with somebody that's toward the tail end of this pack. Let's ride with the 87 of Daniel Mosteller. We haven't seen Demos in this 87 kind of work his way up toward the front. He's kind of been running around the 16th, 17th position this whole run so far. Wait, and we've got a caution out of the racetrack. I don't see anything that could have thrown the yellow. Let's see if we've got any cars around. No, we don't have any cars around. So interesting yellow right there here on lap number 15 of this race. Waiting to see if we can get confirmation on why the caution flag came out. Do not see anybody currently on track. Like Patrick Connell maybe in the 44. No, he's just off track right now, but wow, that's an interesting caution right there here on lap number 15. As we just had a moment right there. That's Jordan Jung, Colin Lewis, Derek Slidell, Jordan Jung. What is going on right there? The whole field checking up right there on the backstretch. We're going to go back and take a look at a replay and see what happened with the 29 and the 62. We're under caution here for the first time tonight. Sebastian Sapien going through the road course portion of the track, but looks like the 29 has been removed from the session. Or what just happened right there. We'll let the field come in for green flag pit stops here. These guys definitely can make it the rest of the way on fuel now. Talked about the fuel window being between 30 and 32 laps. And coming here with 25 to go next time by. These guys definitely have enough fuel to make it. Watch the 23 now coming on the pit road. And the whole field. No surprise. The whole field coming down pit road. Interesting to see how this all plays out. Watching the cycles here. Let's see who comes out on top. I suspect this is going to be fuel only for just about everybody. I mean, Sanders wins the race off pit road, and you got Cmejla and May. Blair, Ingram, Kroll drops back to 6th. I suspect this is going to be fuel only for most of the field. Got a couple trucks still on pit road. I believe that's Lee Van Leer in the 60. And you also have Derek Slidell in the 51. All right, let's go back and see what happened, because we saw the 29 got into somebody. That was Colin Lewis. He's been removed from the session, so let's take a look what happened. We're going to go ahead to the TV zoom cam. Watch the 29 of Colin Lewis. Yeah, that was a blatant intent wreck under caution. So Colin Lewis has been removed from the session. I don't know what that was all about, to be quite honest with you. I don't know if those two exchanged something earlier in the race, but anyway, that's going to be the end of the night for Colin Lewis. Based around under caution here on lap number 16. Lane Sanders won the race off pit road, that number 11. He will be our race leader coming to the next restart. So you have him. You've got Marty Cmejla, who's running in 2nd. Aaron May in 3rd. 2 drivers in our in-season tournament. Wyatt Blair runs in 4th. And you have Chase Ingram, who's going to round out our top 5. Daniel Mosteller comes down pit road here. Looks like to probably top off on fuel. So he'll be at the tail end of this field. So you have Chase Kroll in 6th. Patrick Connell in 7th. Sebastian Sapien is 8th. Luke Gallagher 9th. And then you have Xavier Dawkins Baptiste round out our top 10. Diego Cunha is going to be 11th. Jordan Jung is right there at 12th. You got Jack Metcalf 13th. Derek Shaver 14th. Josh Kenyon was one of the drivers that started on pit road. That was a big break for him. He's able to catch right back up in this pack, along with Charlie Birch in the Bojangles Chevrolet. Dan Van Leer, Derek Slidell, Felix Hammer, and Daniel Mosteller. So we still have 21 trucks on the track. 22 trucks entered, with Colin Lewis getting DQ'd for the intent wreck under caution. Still have 21 trucks remaining here in this race. As it stands right now for the in-season tournament, Marty Cmejla and Aaron May would advance to next week's race at Kansas. As it stands right now, again, still a long way to go here in this race. Approaching the halfway point in just a few laps. So everyone's good to go on fuel. That will be no question. It's going to be all pedal to the metal now. No concerns about fuel for any of these drivers currently left in the field. We're ready to see how this turns out. We got Lane Sanders and Marty Cmejla. Now, Lane Sanders picked the top here on this restart. Going to have some help from Wyatt Blair on the start of this race. Keep your eye on that. Get ready to go green here on lap number 18. And we're back underway. Yeah, the inside line got a poor jump. Aaron May was one of the drivers on that inside. He went immediately up to the outside, and that's going to leave Marty Cmejla out to dry. But here comes Chase Ball in 23 to try to work with the 8. One truck all the way off the track. That's that's Diego Acuna, the 84. Gets back onto the racing surface, but now everyone trying to get to the bottom. Aaron May now left out to dry there, the number 10. Marty Cmejla goes to the top. Wyatt Blair trying to go to the lead here for the first time tonight in that Shockwave Chevrolet. He was the number 3 seed in this in-season tournament and was upset in round 1 by Derek Slidell in the 51. He's been getting better here on this sim. He's got 3 wins so far this calendar year, which is the second most of all drivers here in Rental Valley Sim Club. So he's got Sebastian Sapien pushing him for the number 7. One truck blinking in and out. I'm not sure who that was. I think that was Derek Slidell, the 51. And Dawkins Baptiste is sideways. Can he hang on to it? And Josh Kenyon's around, along with Luke Gallagher. That's Jordan Jung. And there's Chase Ingram in the 01. Chase Ingram was one of our competitors in the in-season tournament, and the caution flag is out. That's Charlie Birch in the 80. And there, that's front-end damage on Chase Ingram's number 01 McDonald Chevrolet. Huge detriment to his chance of advancing to the next round of the in-season tournament. Yeah, look at the front-end damage on that McDonald Chevrolet. Yeah, Charlie Birch was involved there as well in the 80, and Xavier Dawkins Baptiste in the 12 was kind of the catalyst for that accident. So we'll go ahead and take a look and see what happened to bring out the yellow. It all starts right in here. Let's take a look at what happens. This is Xavier Dawkins Baptiste in the number 12. Yeah, he gets sideways there on the apron. Tries to save it. Does a good job hanging on to that truck. And I think he gets clipped right here by the 01. Zoom in a little bit. There's the contact right there. Josh Kenyon into Charlie Birch in the 80. There's Jordan Jung. Luke Gallagher's also collected. And the 80 comes up the racetrack and just going to clip Chase Ingram there. Oh, a huge hit in the inside wall for Charlie Birch. This happens so fast here at Daytona. That brought out caution number 2. Let's go back and right on board here with Chase Ingram. Just get hit from his vantage point. On board from the McDonald's Chevrolet. And yeah, just from that replay, he never touched the 12 of Xavier Dawkins Baptiste. Lost it on its own, and according chain reaction up beside them with the 80 and the 27. Brought out caution number 2. Chase Ingram is in the chat. He just reported he only has 1 minute of damage, so did not affect him at all. Gotta be a little bit of a setback there for the 0-1, but he's still gonna be in chance here to advance to the finals of the in-season tournament. Big break there for Ingram. He'll be back into this thing. Jordan Jung, Jack Metcalf is on pit road as well in the number 24. Or the engine explode on Charlie Birch's machine, so he's going to be done for the night. We'll see about the 12 of Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste, but we're under caution here at the halfway point of this race. We'll wait to see what the pace car does here at the stripe. Currently 22 minutes into the session. Double check on the time limit that was set here for this race. And we got an hour and 40, so we got plenty of time here for these drivers. Wasn't sure, wanted to check to make sure we weren't running into a time limit here. Plenty of time for these drivers to finish this race off. We do indeed have the one to go this time by. We have Wyatt Blair out front, Lane Sanders running P2. You have Sebastian Sapien in third, Marty Cmejla in fourth, and you got Chase Carl rounding out our top five. Aaron May, Derek Schaefer, Levan Van Leer, Patrick Connell, and Derek Slidell will round out our top 10. Hey, it's a little bit of a rhyme there, Connell and Slidell, but be our top 10 here for this restart. Drivers having a little bit of fun right there, taking the road course portion of the track. That's Wyatt Blair and Lane Sanders, but we have 18 trucks remaining. That is the 62 of Jordan Jung that's going to catch back up the tail end of this pack. Metcalf, Birch, and Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste are still on pit road. 18 trucks on the lead lap here for this restart. Drivers might be careful at around the 51 Derek Slidell. He is blinking in and out. That's definitely going to affect the performance of his race. Get later on to it, but it's going to be Wyatt Blair and Lane Sanders leading us down to the green. And here we go for the restart. Back underway here from Daytona. I don't think the 11 of Lane Sanders did well at all on that restart. That caused a big accordion effect right behind. Sanders going to drop all the way back to fourth. And look at the advantage here on the inside line. Another driver we've not talked about at all here tonight. That's Derek Schaefer in the number 30. He was another driver in the in-season tournament. Was eliminated by Elliott Contra in round number 1. He's quietly worked his way up to P3 here. The driver knows how to get it done on the drafting tracks. Has a win this year at Echo Park Speedway. Will be run next after conclusion of this race. Still 2 by 2. We've got 3 wide behind us. Josh Kenyon there on 27. Trying to start a third line. Trying to figure out who that is up in front of him. I think that's the 84 Diego Acuna. Those guys trying to start a third line here, but still 2 by 2. Right behind the number 5 of Wyatt Blair. Now Blair going to get stuck in the middle. That is not the spot you want to be in. He's going to be in the second row right in the middle. Sebastian Sapien took no chances and just put the 5 out in the middle of the pack. And he's going to lose a lot of spots right here. He's still dropping spots here. After all that, we got Chase Crawl going to the lead. A little moment there for Jordan Jung in the 62. Chase Crawl to the point, this 23. A lot of back and forth here with these drivers. Can they hold on here for 16 more laps? Not too single file right now. That's Derek Shaver in the 30. A big gap right there. That's Aaron May in the 10. He's got help from his Toyota teammate. That's Lane Sanders in the 11. Look at the gap. Crawl and Sapien are putting together. They're almost ahead by 0.4 of a second. This pack has got to get it together here as we just about had a crash with Mosteller in the 87. He had a bad push from the 00 of Luke Gallagher. We try to get it together. It's Crawl and Sapien. 1-2 here with 15 to go. We got a crash. I think that's Luke Gallagher in the 00. Single truck spin. We're going to stay green here. So single truck spin with a 00 of Luke Gallagher. Next time at the stripe, it's going to be 14 laps to go. And we're going to be 3 wide for the lead. Aaron May in the 10. That's Patrick Connell sideways in the number 44 truck, but Aaron May tries to go to the outside. Now Chase Crawl's going to bump some tail end of this pack. Several trucks have lost this lead pack after the carnage with the 00 of Luke Gallagher. I think the 44 of Patrick Connell the most likely to lose it here. He's back in 14th. And Aaron May has been very committed to that outside line. So he's got help from Josh Kenyon in the 27. Now Derek Shaver's going to work up to the outside line to get a run. And what a block there thrown by Sebastian Sapien, just trying to hold on to this race lead. Sebastian Sapien has never won here in Rebel Valley Sim Club. Trying to get career win number 1 here tonight. Here at the world prestigious Daytona International Speedway. Aaron May going to try to go to the race lead here with help from Josh Kenyon. We saw Kenyon start the race from the pits. And that Syracuse Chevrolet always runs that number 27 Jordan Anderson Racing font. Trying to push the number 10 to the front, but Sebastian Sapien has got a surge here on the inside. "13 trucks still in this lead pack here with 12 laps to go. Aaron May in the 10 now out front as the inside line is starting to die here a little bit. Most of the trucks started up on that outside. Boy, that was a close call with Jordan Jung and Marty Cmejla. As of right now for the in-season tournament, Aaron May runs in first. He would be advancing. Marty Cmejla currently runs 8th. He would be advancing with Chase Ingram all the way back. He has lost this lead back. Aaron May has never won a race in Rebel Valley Sim Club this year. His last win, I believe, was Hickory back in 2025 in a race that was run with 4 drivers in the race. He's only had 4 top 5s this entire, in all of the races in Rebel Valley Sim Club. He's only had 4 top 5s this year. And he's trying to play the underdog role here tonight and knock off the guy that has dominated this in-season tournament, and Daniel Mosteller. Kenyon continues to work with him. Derek Slidell is caught back up here, this 51. So 14 trucks in this lead pack here with 11 to go. Don't sleep on the Van Leer. He's a driver that had honestly not a bad bike racer at all. He's got his career win in Rebel Valley Sim Club at the old configuration of Daytona. Now 10's going to go to the outside and push the 60. Or work with the 60, excuse me. We saw Wyatt Blair earlier, well, a couple laps ago, got stuck in the sucker hole, and he's worked his way back into the podium. As he gets to go to the bottom. And now Van Leer going to make a move here to the inside. The band Van Leer, with help from Wyatt Blair, is going to go to the point here with 10 to go. This is some intense action here at Daytona. These drivers are putting on a heck of a show, and we still have 9 more laps remaining here from the World Center of Racing. If you're Chase Ingram right now, you just got to hope for a caution to get back in this race and have a chance to advance to the in-season tournament. That might be the caution right there. That's Derek Splidell in the 30. Or excuse me, Derek Shaver in the 30. Single truck spin. Admins have decided to keep this green. As Chase Crawl now goes to the point. Was a single truck spin there with the number 30 of Derek Shaver. My apologies, I said Derek Splidell in accident. We have 8 laps to go here from Daytona. Lane Sanders has lost his pack as well, so he's going to be back there. So we're going to have 11 trucks still in this lead pack, all the chance to win this race. Contact between Van Leer and Aaron May. Chase Sproul's going to try to surge the point. Who is willing to make the moves here toward the end of this race? As it's going to be 7 laps to go here from Daytona. Look at Daniel Mosteller trying to start a third line here in this 87. This is the highest we've seen Mosteller all race long. And he's got a teammate. Remember, David Johnson from Talladega was one of the drivers that helped him push him to victory. Yeah, last race we ran in. He's trying to get that third line going here with 7 to go. Josh Kenyon now up there. It's getting real close right now. These drivers are going all in to the finish. Lee Van Leer out front. This is just what he wants to see here with 6 laps to go. See what kind of surge this inside line has. Now Marty Cmejla's going to make a move from the top shelf to the bottom shelf as he's now side by side with Aaron May. Now Lee Van Leer is going to go up to block the top, to block the advance from the 10 of Aaron May. And if you're Marty Cmejla, you just got to hope for no caution at this point. No caution, and you just don't avoid the wrecks, and you advance to the championship round. But right now, he and Chase Farrell are the only 2 trucks on the inside as Lee Van Leer just blanked out. Chase Farrell still trying to get that inside line rolling. It's getting close here with 5 laps to go. Another block thrown by Lee Van Leer. Aaron May. What if you do if you're the 10? Because the 87 is right there. That's Daniel Mosteller who's going to push Josh Kenyon. Those 2 are fighting for the final spot here into the in-season tournament. Everything going on with Chase Ingram. Marty Cmejla has likely advanced. It's going to be between Aaron May and Daniel Mosteller. It's going to be 4 to go. Next time by. The Van Leer has done a masterful job blocking both runs here in this number 60 truck. He's going to go low. Can he go low to block the 27 of Josh Kenyon? You can tell the 60 of Lee Van Leer is just driving out of that mirror, doing everything he can. You saw a check up there on the outside with Wyatt Blair and Marty Cmejla. Next time at the stripe, it's going to be 3 laps to go here from Daytona. Can Levan Van Leer get win number 2 all time here in Rebel Valley? But here comes the surge. Josh Kenyon in the 27. Started the race on pit road, and now trying to go to the lead with help from Daniel Mosteller. And do these drivers have enough time to start a third line? That's going to be a big question. And if you're Marty Cmejla, you can just chill at this point. I don't think there's really any need to push. You can just chill and advance to round number 3 or round number 4 for the championship. Main battle is going to be between the 10 and the 87. It's going to be 2 to go next time. Here comes Wyatt Blair on the 5. He's trying to make a move to the front. At the line, 2 laps to go here from Daytona. Levan Van Leer on the outside. Aaron May still staying committed. That's Marty Cmejla pushing the 10. Daniel Mosteller is back in P6. And a crash behind. There's a truck that's riding the wall. That's Derek Slidell in the 51. And the caution flag is out. A dramatic wreck here with 2 laps to go, and that completely changes the script of this race. Derek Slidell and that JBL Chevrolet. Up on his side, rode the wall. And that had to be a caution because that was a scary ride there for the 51 of Derek Slidell. Also damage to the David Johnson in that number 0 Ford. See, he's definitely going to be done for the day. See the smoke billowing out of the rear end of that big Ford. Time to breathe here for a minute. This is going to be a green-white checkered and our lone attempt here at a green-white checkered as well. All right, let's take a look at what happened to Derek Slidell. We are under our 3rd caution of the night. Let's watch what happened. Now, Slidell was at the tail end of this pack, so let's watch the 51. Oh, the 0. David Johnson just came up. I guess he thought he was clear. Very strange accident right there. I guess the 0 thought he was clear. And he just takes out Crawl and Derek Slidell, who both just unfortunate victims right there. Let's go back and take a look at that one more time. Let's see if we can watch this in slow motion right here. TV4, let's take a look. Yeah, the 0 just comes up the racetrack and right into the 23. Wow, look at the 51 is just going to ride that turn 1 wall. Unbelievable. And a huge break right there for Chase Ingram in the 01, who lost this lead pack. Along with Luke Gallagher, Jordan Jung. Those guys all have a chance, along with Derek Shaver. I have to take a look at the moment of caution. I believe the 5 got ahead of Aaron May, and it's going to be Levan Van Leer who's still going to be leading this race. But wow, what a dramatic change of events right here with 2 laps to go. All right, so here are the rules here in Rebel Valley Sim Club. There's only 1 attempt here at our green-white checkered. We'll go over and show the race rules here. Yeah, this is our lone attempt at a green-white checkered. These drivers have 1 tire set here in the pits. Fuel is not going to be a concern here for any of these drivers because they came down pit road on lap number 15. It's all going to come down to this. 4 drivers also fighting for 2 spots here in this in-season tournament. As it stands now, it'd be Aaron May and Marty Cmejla advancing. Aaron May and Daniel Mosteller highlighted in blue, highlight their matchup. And then Marty Cmejla and Chase Ingram highlighted in gold to highlight their matchup. So I think it's going to be 1 to green this time by. Again, lone attempt to green white checkers. These will be the final 2 laps of the race, no matter what happens. Surprised David Johnson is out there. We saw the heavy damage on that number 0 Ford, but there's Jack Metcalf as well, who's back on the racetrack. Chase Crawl, Jordan Jung. They will join this pack, and we still have the 18 trucks still remaining here in this race. 16 on the lead lap. We have a rundown here of our lead pack. So it's Liban Van Leer who's out front. He's done a masterful job blocking off the field, and he's led 10 laps here tonight. Trying to get career win number 2 here in Rebel Valley. Wyatt Blair currently running in second. See him right there. Aaron May, one of the drivers in the in-season tournament. He's running in third. You got Josh Kenyon in 27, who's running in fourth. And then Marty Cmejla, the number 1 seed in this tournament, will round out our top 5. OGTV Live 2610 said, oh snap, 2-lap shootout. Yes, those are the rules here in Rebel Valley for green-white checkers. It's just a 2-lap shootout to the finish, no matter what happens the rest of the way. So this is guaranteed to be the final 2 laps of this race. You've got Mosteller, who's fighting with Aaron May to get into the in-season tournament championship in 6th. Sebastian Sapien is 7th. Patrick Connell is 8th. Chase Ingram is 9th. And Diego Acuna will round out our top 10. It's going to be a heartbeat out of your chest moment here. These are the final 2 laps of this race here at Daytona with the trucks. Liban Van Leer and Wyatt Blair will lead us down to the green flag, and it's going to be the final 2 laps of the race. Here we go for the green-white checkered attempt, and we're underway. A big stack up on that outside line with Wyatt Blair. You see that's the 84 Diego Acuna trying to get some run here. Aaron May is able to work his way to the outside and work with the number 5. That's Josh Kenyon on the inside. We'll see where Daniel Mosteller is going to go. He just needs to get around the 10 of Aaron May to advance. Liban Van Leer out front. Here comes Wyatt Blair in the 5. And now the 2 drivers fighting to get in. Marty Cmejla and Chase Ingram also back 13th and 14th. So we got to keep our eye on that battle as well. They're going to be side by side here, coming to 1 to go next time. Diego Acuna and Patrick Connell have crashed, but we're going to stay green. Next time by, it's going to be 1 lap to go here from Daytona. Marty Cmejla still ahead of Chase Ingram. It's going to be a battle between those 2. But out front, it's Liban Van Leer. Wyatt Blair in the 5. Aaron May the 10. Mosteller right behind in the 87 as May throws a huge block to hold off the 87. Mosteller trying to start a 3rd line again. Side by side, May trying to drag him back. It's going to be a fight for the finish to see who advances. Sapien now is going to work with the number 10 of Aaron May. But it's Liban Van Leer up front. Contact with Wyatt Blair. They crash behind. Mosteller and Aaron May have crashed. Who is going to get through to advance? It's a huge wreck right behind. But it's 3 trucks remaining. Liban Van Leer is going to win here at Daytona. And getting through the wreckage, Aaron May is going to survive, and he advances to the next round for the championship. And Marty Cmejla just squeaks out ahead of Chase Ingram. Oh my goodness, what a finish here from Daytona. Congratulations to Liban Van Leer. I believe this is his 2nd career win here in Rebel Valley. Well-deserved win there for the BuildSubmarines.com Ford. And Marty Cmejla beats out Chase Ingram by 1/10 of a second. He will be moving on to the Rebel Valley in-season tournament championship. And Aaron May is going to get past Daniel Mosteller. So Aaron May pulls off the upset, and he will be facing Marty Cmejla next week for the championship round. Congratulations to Lee Van Leer. We'll go ahead and show his burnout. Well-deserved win there for the BuildSubmarines.com Ford. Congratulations to Van Leer. We'll go ahead and get him in for an interview here on our Discord. Unbelievable finish here to that race. And Lee Ban is also in our Discord, so we'll go ahead and get his interview. Lee Van Leer, this is Ryan Wayne in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, you did a masterful job blocking off the field right there toward the end of this race. I believe this is only your second career win here in Rebel Valley as well, both coming on Daytona, but a little bit different configuration this time. Talk to us about how you're able to get a win, and congratulations.
Appreciate it. First of all, thanks, Ryan. It was basically about just managing the blocks. It was about which lanes was having the most momentum of where I could be able to block, because those were the lanes that had hard charges runs. So I was able to block those, and if I was able to block those, I knew I was going to have a good ending to this race for once.
And you were able to pull it off. Did an amazing job blocking off the runs. Is there any driver you kind of keep your eye on toward the end of this race, or were you just more worried about just driving out of your rearview mirror?
I was keeping an eye on May and Demos for that in-season tournament battle, because that was interesting. That was probably the most intense in-season tournament battle I've ever seen. And Blair, there's just those two guys, and Josh Kenyon. Also, you could put him in the mix.
Well, either way, it was a masterful drive that you were able to get to the win here. I know you were eliminated in round one of the in-season tournament, but still, heck of a fight right there to come away here and win here in the semifinal round. Congratulations, Lee Band, and hope to see you for race number 2.
Appreciate it, bro. I'll see you there.
All right. We have a couple other drivers here in for an interview. We're going to interview one of the drivers that advanced. We're going to start with Aaron May, the number 10. Aaron May, this is Ryan Wayne in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, Aaron, you were in a dogfight right there toward the end with Daniel Mosteller. You were kind of the top 5, top 3 most of the race, and just somehow was able to survive, even though you were involved in that last lap wreck. Talk to us about what happened there at the end on that last lap.
I don't know what happened there, to be quite honest with you. I just saw Demos got to my outside, and I'm like, oh, crap, he's got me here. I've got to fight, really hard. And then I think, who was it? It was Sebastian, I think. He got behind me and started pushing me. I had to run on Wyatt there. I tried to take it 3 wide, and we end up causing the big wreck. So I'm kind of sorry. I'm sorry about the wreck happening. But man, I cannot believe it, dude. I am just so happy right now. I am so happy right now. You just don't know what this means, man. To have a shot to go fight for a championship next week, it is unreal, dude. And to beat one of the best in iRacing is truly, I can't believe it, dude.
Yeah, I'm just going back at the slow-mo right now on the broadcast. Mosteller had a hell of a ride, and you did as well. Both of your trucks went upside down there on the last lap. That is an unbelievable way to see a driver advance. I'm going back and watching over it right now. Just a huge one there on the last lap. Both trucks upside down, riding the wall, and fortunately enough, you were able to just somehow survive right at the end, and you advanced to the in-season tournament championship. What are going to be your keys next week? You got going up against Marty Cmejla, who's been one of the more consistent drivers here in the community.
I just gotta stay true to myself. Keep the truck in one piece. Keep it close with Marty, because we all know he's going to be up front, and hopefully take home the thing, man. I'm so excited. This is the first championship battle I've ever been in iRacing. This is exciting, dude.
Well, yeah, you can tell by the emotion on your voice. This was definitely an upset for sure, with Daniel Mosteller sweeping both rounds so far, and that's one of the craziest ways for a transfer battle to occur. And congratulations, Aaron, and best of luck next week at Kansas.
Appreciate it. Shout out to Demos. He's a fantastic driver. I wish I had the skills as him. He's fantastic driver.
Okay, that's going to be Aaron May, and we've got Marty Cmejla as well in the booth, who's going to be our other participant here in this in-season tournament. Marty Cmejla, this is Ryan Wayne in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, Marty, you've been the definition of consistency here in this in-season tournament. This sixth place finish has been your worst finish so far in the tournament, so you have been able to work your way toward the front. We didn't see you lead a whole lot of laps tonight, but you were able to survive and advance here at Daytona. And talk to us about your race and what you kind of expect for Kansas next Monday night.
Yeah, it was just a struggle here today with our number 8 Valley Trusses Chevy Silverado. We just didn't have the speed. I think I got damaged a little earlier, like 11 seconds worth, hindered our performance. Just weren't able to make moves, weren't able to be up front for some reason. And Ingram wrecked earlier, so we were in a good spot. But then the caution came out, and we were sitting right up in the battle, and Ingram was next to us. And then looking back at the replay, Ingram was trying to push, I think it was May, down the backstretch. He ended up getting loose, which coincidentally put him right into me and Diego Acuna, who also made contact on the outside. Then at that point, we door banged down the backstretch to try to not wreck, and it's good. It was fun that, no one spun out of that, and then it just became a side-by-side duel, 3 and 4. Ingram had more damage than I did, so gave us the advantage, and he had no help. And then the wreck in turns 3 and 4, Ingram wasn't able to make any moves because it was just about avoiding the wreckage. We were both full throttle through the wreckage, just hoping no one would spin at the last second. It was pretty fun. But yeah, just disappointing all around in the end in terms of the race, but to be able to come home with a head into the finale versus Aaron May. It's going to be a fun little battle there at Kansas, and yeah, just got to thank you for putting this on, and yeah, just tough but good positives to take away.
Either way, still a P6 here with everything that went on that last lap. Marty, congratulations on your finish, and best of luck on the championship next week against Aaron May.
Thank you, Ryan.
All right, that's Marty Cmejla. We'll have time for one more interview here. We've got Chase Ingram here on our Discord. He's one of the drivers that did not advance, was just one position short of advancing to the championship. Chase Ingram, this is Ryan Wayne in the booth. You got a copy? Yeah, I can tell by the dejection on your voice. Just one spot short of being able to work your way into the in-season tournament championship. Talk to us about what happened to your race and how you're able to rebound back to P7.
Well, I qualified on pole, and then I was hoping on just sticking on the bottom for most of the race so that I don't get wrecked. Then there was that random caution, and then Baptiste somehow managed to get loose at Daytona, and was getting sideways in front of me, so I go up to try and get around him. Kenyon hits my quarter panel, spins himself out, and then causes a wreck, and then I somehow got clipped, which sent me down to the inside wall, which I slammed it into reverse and slammed the gas, which only gave me a minute of damage, so that kept me in it. But then L-Dog spun on the backstretch, got me separated from the draft, and then we had an overtime, and I tried to push Sebastian. For whatever reason, iRacing decides, let me send my car to the right, as Marty is also wrecking, and then Diego just comes down on both of us and flips himself and takes out Connell, and then I'm stuck with Marty, and of course I get more damage. So I really couldn't do anything. I was thinking of wrecking him, but I was gonna be clean. So, but this is why we shouldn't have a super speedway in a race like this, or in something like this, because it's just anything can happen, and it doesn't require any skill. And if you get wrecked, you're done, no matter what. So it's just stupid.
Unfortunately, it just did not work out for you there in the end, Chase, but best of luck here going forward. We've got one more race here tonight at Echo Park Speedway.
All right.
All right, that's going to be Chase Ingram. And we'll go back and take a look at that finish one more time. Because let's go back and take a look at that transfer battle there between Aaron May and Daniel Mosteller, because that was one of the wildest things I think I've seen so far in this sim. Let's go back and take a look at it one more time in full view. All right, here's that final lap over again. Kind of crazy that the SpongeBob car actually ended up flipping both trucks back to, onto all four wheels, and it was just a matter of who could get across the finish line first. And Aaron May, that damaged truck, it looks like he did cause the big one there at the end. But Aaron May is going to advance along with Marty Cmejla in the number 8. All right, so we've got our championship set for next week at Kansas. It's going to be Marty Cmejla in the number 8, the number 1 seed, and the number 6 seed, Aaron May. So those two will be fighting off for the championship next Monday, July 13th. So we'll go ahead and get this session closed out. And we'll be back here for race number 2 tonight. It's going to be O'Reilly at Echo Park Speedway. So give me about 5 to 10 minutes to get that session set up. I will be right back. All right, we are ready now. Go ahead and turn that off, but we are ready here for race number 2 tonight. Our final race of the evening is going to be at O'Reilly Auto Parts Series cars here at Echo Park. That's Zachary Murr's first driver here you see on track, driving the Ryan Sieg number 39. Ryan had some heartbreak on Saturday night, ran out of gas, I believe, on the final few laps of the race. Trying to get some redemption there for the Georgia-born driver. Got Jack Metcalf back here for race number 2. Saw him race number 1, that number 24. A little bit of a different paint scheme this time. Mountain Dew Baja Blast on that 24. Derek Schaefer in the 30. Got him back as well. Driving the DHL Chevrolet this time. And for any new viewers at home, you can scan the QR code in the top right corner to join our Discord. And keep an eye out on like and subscribe to the Speed Demon Racing Network YouTube channel to keep in touch with the live streams. Live streams happen every Monday night from start about 7:15 Eastern Standard Time, and typically run NASCAR vehicles. But man, what a crazy race number 1. That was an intense transfer battle to say the least. 2 trucks just simultaneously going up into the air. Aaron May was able to pull through, play the spoiler role as the underdog. Is going to advance to the championship. He will be going up against Marty Cmejla for the in-season tournament championship. It's going to be a great battle between those two, and one driver come out on top in the inaugural in-season tournament championship. Wow, that one car went flying. That was Zachary Murr's there in the 39. Well, at the start of the broadcast, I mentioned something about Wyatt Blair, the number 5. He just joined the session, so we'll wait for him to get fully loaded in the session. Want to make a special announcement on his behalf. Wait till he gets loaded in so I can spotlight his car, but there's the man that won last race, Leban Van Leer, running a number 12 this time. Yeah, Penske Racing number 12 font. Speaking of Ryan Blaney, what a dominating performance there from the number 12. Was able to come away with the win last night. I believe he led over 170 laps. Just an impressive performance all around for him to get win number 2. And him getting nearly max points as well. He's only 65 points behind Denny Hamlin for the championship lead. So a huge win right there for that number 12 and Team Penske. See what Blaney can do down the rest of the season. Which he starts in, I think it's what, 5 to 6 weeks? Either way, great result there for him. So now we've got Wyatt Blair in the session. There he is. He's in the number 71. Yep, he's in the 71 tonight. But so a special announcement here on behalf of Wyatt Blair. Been informed that Wyatt Blair has officially signed a contract with Shockwave Motorsports / Marine Suspension Seating to be a driver and to be sponsored by them for his run in go-karts this season. So congratulations to Wyatt Blair. He's got a sponsorship from Shockwave Motorsports / Marine Suspension, and I'm gonna go kart racing here. Make his way up in the world of motorsports. Congratulations, Wyatt Blair, for signing that contract with Shockwave. And see what he can do tonight here. He's one of the regular members here in Rebel Valley Sim Club, and that's cool to get a sponsorship signed. So congratulations to Wyatt Blair, and best of luck in karting with that sponsorship. We get ready here for race number 2. We're about a minute and a half away from starting here. From starting qualifying, excuse me. And we'll fix the highlights yellow or later on, right before next week. So that's a cool paint scheme. I think that's Derek Scladell in the 10. I want to say that is Ryan Ellis's Tableau scheme. I think his paint scheme designer uploads the designs all on iRacing, so that's a cool one to see. There's Felix Hammer in the watermelon color number 69. Race is going to be very interesting to say the least. I mean, Let's be honest. This race in real life on Saturday was just a mess. 13 cautions. What was it, like 3 or 4 red flags. It was just an absolute mess. There was no other way to put it. See how these drivers handle it tonight. Got a couple new faces here in this session here for our final race tonight. We got Cameron facing the 80. From the Valley Trusses Chevrolet. The driver we typically see here at Rebel Valley Sim Club and one of the MC Motorsports entries. Josh Kenyon as he just drills the back of the 30 of Derek Shaver. That's going to be the end of practice. Only a handful of drivers put up laps here in practice and head straight into qualifying. We're going to start with Zachary Merce here in this number 39, the Apps Chevrolet. Well, never mind. Let's go to somebody else. Here's Luke Gallagher in the 00, the Burger King Chevrolet. Always runs the 00 during his racing time. I was talking to Luke a couple days ago, and this is a guy that does a lot of paint scheme designs here in the community. I definitely could see him being a designer here for a real-life race team at some point. This kid's very talented when it comes to graphic design work. I think he shared his work as well with Ryan Williams, who's the graphic designer for Junior Motorsports. And I think if this kid gets enough recognition, I think he will make a name for himself in the NASCAR design world. Always puts out some really cool paint schemes. I just want to give a shout out to Luke Gallagher in this 00. His L Dog Designs is the name of the his little graphic design stuff that he does, and also a guy that hosts Super Nitro Racing Series on Wednesday nights, so make sure to tune into that as well. What Luke Gallagher does on his lap. 32.537 on lap number 1. Derek Shaver in the 30. Felix Hammer's the top of the charts now. I've seen him run a lot more frequently. Cool to see some other representation here. Felix Hammer is a German-born driver. We've got different people from different countries running here in this community, and Felix Hammer is a guy that's run quite a lot in the last couple of days, and cool to see him on the racetrack. He goes to a 31.878, so great lap there for Hammer in the number 69. And now Josh Kenyon to the top of the charts. Chase Ingram goes now to P2. Chase Crawl representing the MAC conference with the Toledo Rockets. He's going to park it right there in turn number 2 as we wait for the rest of the field to post their laps. Jordan Jung now to the top of the charts. Now Marty Cmejla to the top. Running a different paint scheme this week. He typically runs a black scheme. Here he's in a blue car. This is one of his partners with MC Motorsports, a Warner sponsor. But he goes to the top of the charts here. Cameron Face here, the number 80. I'm not sure why his number is not loading correctly. Might need to refresh my... take a look at that, but... There it goes. He's going to go up to P5 on his lap. Daniel Mosteller will be at the back. Now you got Charlie Birch. Out of Simpsonville, South Carolina. Charlotte Hornets on the that number 81 Supra. Switch out of that because he is lagging bad. There's Diego Acuna. Forza Horizon 6 Toyota Supra. Running a similar paint scheme to Daniel Mosteller. Changed some of the colors around, and number font and all is a little bit different, but Diego Cunha is P. Toward the back of the pack here. He's going to start with Daniel Mosteller. Here's Charlie Birch. Saw him run last race at Daytona. Got caught up in the second accident with Chase Ingram and Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste. We'll be able to complete his second lap. We'll see what he does at the line. Great lap. P5 there for Charlie Birch in that number 81. 31.820. And that's going to be the end of qualifying here from Echo Park Speedway. Marty Cmejla and Jordan Jung lead us down to the green flag here for the start of this race. We'll go ahead and get this flipped over. Let's introduce our starting lineup. We've got a pair of 8s on the front row, Marty Cmejla and Jordan Jung. Row number 2, Josh Kenyon and Chase Ingram. Row number 3, Charlie Birch and Cameron Banks. Row number 4, Chase Crawl and Derek Shaver. Row number 5, Sebastian Sapien and Derek Spadell. Row number 6, Felix Hammer in the 69 and Jaden Hall, 54. Patrick Connell in the 44 and Jack Metcalf. Burger King Chevrolet of Luke Gallagher in the number 12 of LeBan Van Leer. Wyatt Blair and Zachary Mers will be in row number 9. Daniel Mosteller and Aaron May. I think Aaron May might be in the tower, I'm not sure. Back in P20. Diego Cunha and Nate Blasdale are 22 cars here in the field tonight for our final race. Rainbow Valley Sim Club. Boy, look at that number 22. Is that the glorious Mike Harmon there on the hood of that number 22? Yes, it is. I wonder if he's going to be going to Applebee's after this win tonight if he somehow pulls this off. But Nate Blasdale starting from the rear of the field there in that number 22 machine. Get ready to go green here very shortly from the Echo Park Speedway. Get ready to roll off here. Let's go ahead and take a look here on what to expect here tonight. Let's take a look at our forecasted weather. 88 degrees here from Atlanta, or Echo Park Speedway. I always try to call it Atlanta, but from Echo Park Speedway. No winds, so it's just going to be a bright conditions out there. Low humidity as well. A great race here on tap for our final race of the night on the Speed Demon Racing Network here with the Rebel Valley Sim Club community. 21 drivers are currently on track. Aaron May will be one of our admins tonight. Heard from his interview. He was ecstatic for being able to advance to the championship. The inaugural in-season tournament championship next week at Kansas. And his competition will be the guy starting on pole, Marty Cmejla, the number 8. The pair of 8s will lead us down to the green flag. 4, 5 of the top 6 are all Chevrolets. They're going to look to assert their dominance here for our final race of the night. Who will go to victory lane here at Echo Park Speedway in race number 1? It was LeBan Van Leer in that number 60. He's running 12 here this race, starting back in P16. Welcome all to the Speed Demon Racing Network as the starter has the green flag in hand. As we get ready to go green here from Echo Park Speedway. 30 laps on this 1.5 mile racetrack, and we are green here from Echo Park. See everyone already fanning out already, just trying to get advantage here on the start. That could be most ground here on the start of this race. Marty Cmejla is going to get clear going down the backstretch. Side by side here going to turn number 3. See the third line trying to start. That's Cameron facing the 80. Might want to watch these drivers getting loose as we get into this green flag run, but leading lap number 1. Give it to Jordan Jung. Oh, it is just dicey right there. That's Cameron facing the 80, still trying to stay on that outside line. That's Chase Ingram in the 01 in the middle. Derek Shaver as well. Got a spin in the back of the pack. I think that's Diego Acuna, Nate Blasdale. Heavy damage for Acuna. Gonna stay green here. It's like now we've got Jaden Hall in the 54. Right into Felix Hanner, into Daniel Mosteller. They're still crashing up ahead. That's gonna be a big one. That's probably gonna be a caution. That's Cameron facing the 80. And there it is. Caution is out for the first time. Caution out here on lap number 3. Oh, look at the damage there on Cameron facing the 80. He's one of the drivers that was in the in-season tournament. Made it to round number 2. And I believe he didn't race against Chase Ingram at Michigan. One of the top 5 seeds in the in-season tournament. His race tonight is just like go up into smoke. That's heavy damage there for the MC Motorsports driver. All right, let's go back and take a look at what happened. We're going to have to start with Diego Acuna in the number... Let's start with Diego Acuna. He was the first one that we saw crash. So let's take a look at what happened to Acuna. Oh, the 22 just lost it. Nate Blasdale just straight up lost it. Turned the 84, and then it all started up here with Cameron Face and Jade Moss. Jade Hall may have had some help. Watch the 80. And Cmejla got loose. We did not see that on the broadcast. Jordan Jung in the fence, and it's just on from there. Great save, though, by Jung and Cmejla to keep their cars intact right there. Lose the racetrack here for this race. We're under caution for the first time tonight. We had a couple of incidents happen on track with Nate Blasdale in the 22, Diego Acuna. Daniel Mosteller, one of the drivers involved there in the 87. You see he's still on pit road. Jordan Jung with damage as well. Gonna get back out there. I didn't think that was going to be racing any damage there for Jung, but Cameron Face looks like he was able to fix that damage. Let's do some stuff real quick. Oh, I made a mistake. There actually is a fast repair. I thought there actually is a fast repair, so my mistake. So that was a mistake setting up this session. There is a fast repair for these drivers, so Cameron Face was able to capitalize. That was my mistake, so there is one fast repair for these drivers tonight here at Echo Park. Get back to racing here with Charlie Birch and Marty Cmejla out front. Might just blow an engine. It's strange what happened right there, but get back to racing here. All right, so these drivers do have one fast repair. That was my mistake when setting up the session. So Cameron Face is on a break right there, that number 80, so he's going to be able to rejoin this pack. We get ready to go green this time here on lap number 6. It'll be Charlie Birch leading us to the green. Green flag, and we're back underway. Let's see what that was all about there with Marty Cmejla in the 8th. Charlie Birch is our leader here so far, as Nate Blasdell's around again in 22. Spun it just exiting pit road, and that's probably going to be the end of his race. The truck single file here. We got 3 wide here right in the tail end of the pack. We got Josh Kenyon in the 27. Jack Metcalf has continued to battle up front. Got Charlie Birch in the lead, this 81. Patrick Connell in the 44. And contact with Chase Crawl. This is not going to be good if he comes right back in the front of the racetrack. He's going to hit Chase Ingram and collects the 24 of Jack Metcalf, and the caution flag is out. And with another crash here, we've got Sebastian Sapien in the 5 and Liban Van Leer in the 12. Just getting ready to talk about Patrick Connell, and he just got killed right there in turn number 3. Let's take a look at what happened and bring out the caution. All right, Patrick Connell. There he is in the 44. He's already crashed on the timestamp. Let's go back and take a look. Shove right there from Zachary Mers. Gets him into Chase Crawl. Yeah, that's just, he was just along for the ride at that point. And we also saw the 12. He's already around here with Sebastian Sapien. Let's go back and take a look at what happened to Liban Van Leer. No, it's just multiple cars just spinning out right there. Liban Van Leer got a tap from Felix Hammer. All right, so after everything that went down right there, Derek Shaver is now the race leader in this number 30. Last time we came to Echo Park Speedway with the, well, Echo Park Speedway in general, he came away with the win over Marty Cmejla. Yeah, Charlie Birch, since leaders drifted turn 3 and 4. Yeah, that's what I figured. We saw that happen with the 5 and the 12. Kind of paying attention to what happened to bring out the caution, just didn't notice what happened up ahead with the leaders, but thank you for that clarification there, Charlie. Derek Shaver leads this race. It's been it's been an interesting race to say the least. Yeah, this is a very loose racetrack. These drivers really fighting the handling on these cars. Might be a war of attrition here as we get into this race. Looks like it's going to be 20 laps to go when we go back to racing. A race recap here so far of what's happened. Got 2 cautions for 5 laps, and even get some green flag racing here in as that's more cars coming down pit road to repair some damage. But Shaver, Birch, Cmejla, Mers, Hammer. That's your top 5 here for this restart. And Cameron Face, who took that fast repair there. He is right there, the number 80. He's worked his way up to P6. So Derek Shaver will lead us back down to green here. It's going to be 20 laps to go when we go back to racing here from Echo Park Speedway. We're approaching 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here. He'll doubled up side by side here for this restart. All the way back to Chase Ingram, who's back in 18th. So 18 cars running in this race. It'll be Shaver and Birch. Starter has the green flag in hand. You see the 44 Patrick Connell going to catch back up the rest of the group, and we're back underway. We had a couple crashes there with Josh Kenyon in the 27. He was one of the first cars that I saw, but we're staying green here with 19 to go. But these drivers are really fighting the conditions right now here at Echo Park Speedway. Got a couple cars blinking in and out right now, but got a two-horse fight here up front with a pair of Chevrolets. You've got Shaver and Birch. Or Shaver and Cmejla, excuse me. Birch in third, Wyatt Blair in fourth. Hers and Jaden Hall trying to bounce back after his spin. We got another crash right behind. That's Zachary Mers in the 39. Was able to keep it together. Yep, kept it all straight. Gonna stay green. And we got 4 cars in this pack now with Wyatt Blair here in the 71. Just signed that sponsorship deal with Shockwave for go-kart racing this season. So we see Charlie Birch going for the lead. Now, if memory serves me right, Charlie Birch has never won here in Rebel Valley Sim Club. Trying to get her win number 1 here today. He's out front here with Wyatt Blair trying to take over P2. Take a look at this pack. It's starting to die down now. We've got a couple more cars joining in. There's Jordan Junk at in the number 8 machine. Start on the outside of the front row. Trying to look for the other number 8 car of Marty Cmejla, but Charlie Birch is out front here. One car cutting all the way across the apron. I think that was the 69 of Felix Hammer. Crazy battles here so far. Here's Jaden Hall in the 54. Look at the run here from Jaden Hall. Just joined Rebel Valley Sim Club not too long ago. Well, rejoined Rebel Valley Sim Club. He's going to go 3 wide here on the outside of the racetrack. We're going to be 3 wide for the race lead. It's going to be 15 to go next time. Look at Jaden Hall in the 54. He's going to get clear and go to the lead. Cameron Face used his faster pair on that number 80 machine. He's trying to join him. We might be 4 wide. We are 4 wide in turn number 2, and around goes Wyatt Blair. What a save, though, from the 71 car. Kept it straight with, and they're keeping it straight here, and now it's Shaver and Hall side by side for the lead. Great battles up front here at Echo Park Speedway. Here comes Charlie Birch trying to answer back. Birch on the outside. These might have some help here from Jordan Jung. I want to be careful with the pushes, especially with how these rear tires have behaved here. You see the 81 trying to spin around there. Nice job keeping control. Oh, as soon as I say that, Charlie Birch. Little commentator's curse, but he held on to it. And Jordan Jung goes to the point. I feel like the leader has just had the most problems here so far. You don't want to be leading this race toward the end. And with all this chaos, you see one driver in the back. That is Daniel Mosteller trying to catch back up. And Sebastian Sapien and Wyatt Blair right behind him. But Jordan Jung is your leader. He did come down pit road on lap number 3 to repair some damage. Have Jaden Hall in the 54. Came in at lap number 8. Derek Shaver, the highest of the drivers that have not made a pit stop here so far. Right with the gyro cam of Derek Shaver here. That's a close call right there with Jordan Jung as this pack is all caught up now. It's all Derek Slidell, Daniel Mosteller. They were part of that pack. And we now have what's going to be 12, 13 cars now in this pack, all a chance. At Derek Shaver sideways. That was that dirty air that was able to send him sideways. He had contact now from Charlie Birch. Look, the outside line is kind of the place you want to be. You see Cameron Face now trying to get a peek off the number 8 of Jordan Jung. Jung goes now to the bottom of the racetrack, and he's going to retain the lead from Cameron Face. Next time by, it's going to be 9 laps to go here from Echo Park Speedway. Jaden Hall now trying to go to the race lead here in this number 54. There's the Dan Van Leer in the 12, our Daytona winner from last race. Got his second career win. He's trying to go back-to-back here tonight. First time we've called his name here at Echo Park. Well, Derek Slidell, the number 10, up against the wall. He's going to fall back to 9th place. It's still side-by-side up front. Will Charlie Birch send it 3 wide here as it's 8 to go this time? It's going to be interesting as they catch up to the lap car. That's Zachary Mers in the 39 they're catching up to. See how they handle that. There's the 39. He's still on the bottom of the racetrack. Gotta be very careful here. See Cameron Face trying to get a peek here on the 8 of Jordan Jung, but it's 7 to go this time. Charlie Birch trying to shoot through the middle. This is going to get hairy here with a 39 right up ahead. Charlie Birch is sideways. Can he hold on to it? Yes, he can. And now they catch up to the 44, Patrick Connell. Where are these leaders going to go? You also have Josh Kenyon right there as well. Contact with Cmejla. 44 all the way up against the fence just to try not to cause a wreck. Smart move right there from him. But Zachary Mers still out in front of these leaders. I know these guys are probably not going to be too happy with this 39 car right now. And Jane Hall sideways. Who can preserve the right rear tire the best at this point? Zachary Mers still kind of in the way a little bit here with these leaders. Jordan Jung going to try to use him as a pick possibly to get ahead of the 54 of Jaden Hall. But next time by, it's going to be 5 laps remaining here from Echo Park Speedway. Drivers working their way through turns 1 and 2 right now. It's the Van Leer. Close call there with Derek Slidell in the 10. Another close call there with a 30 of Derek Shaver. But right now, Zachary Mers still holding up these guys a little bit as he gets into Jaden Hall and it's going to crash. Zachary Mers in the 39 has just crashed, and there's the caution. And an ARCA break right there by a couple of drivers. Sebastian Sapien, there's Wyatt Blair. That's the big one here on lap 27. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the 39 was doing. He was a lap down car, ended up getting loose, and that was the cause of the big one. There's Marty Cmejla collecting as well, the number 8. All right, let's go back and take a look at what happened to cause the caution. All right, there he is in the 39. back this up just a little bit more. Yeah, he just loses it. Loses it on the bottom, gets into Jaden Hall. Lex Felix Hammer. There's Derek Skladell. Wyatt Blair and Sebastian Sapien just came flying in right there along with Josh Kenyon, but that's the big one caused by a lap down car. All right, so we got most of the field now on pit road here. One car stayed out. That's Chase Crawl there in the number 23. We haven't talked much about Chase Crawl in this Echo Park race, aside from qualifying just a few minutes ago, but he's going to be leading. He stayed out along with Marty Cmejla. Actually, Cmejla came in on lap number 26. He was on pit road when that caution flag came out, so a big break there for Cmejla. Like Mosteller in the number 87 is going to win the race. Well, actually, no, as soon as I say that, it's going to be Cameron Pace here in the 80. He's going to win the race off pit road. Wyatt Blair was also on pit road when that caution flag came out. Oh, he had the hood up on that number 71 car. We'll see how iRacing timing and scoring handles this, but going off pit road now. Most of the couple guys took some strategy. I think there's gonna be 4 tires here for these drivers. We'll go back to green here very soon. I think it's gonna be green-white checkered, all things considered. Make sure everything's set up right for that. All right, so this will be a green-white checkered here for the finish. So it's going to be Chase Crawl in the 23. You've got Marty Cmejla in the 8. And then he's got Wyatt Blair in the 71, Cameron Pace in the 80. The first driver that came off the pit road is Cameron Pace in the number 80. You see him right there in the brown number 80 machine. You got Daniel Mosteller, you have Derek Shaver. Got Charlie Birch, Jaden Hall. Jordan Jung, Liban Van Leer. So we'll go back to green here. I believe this will be 2 laps to go in the race. This will be a green-white check. Only set for 30 laps. Starter has in hand here for this restart. I believe it's just going to be a 2-lap dash here to the finish. It'll be Cmejla and Crawl. It's going to be our front row here for this restart. We'll see what happens here. I think this will be 2 laps to go and we go back to green. It's going to be Chase Crawl and Marty Cmejla. Lead us back down. And we're back underway. This actually is the final lap of the race, so no green-white checkered. This is the final lap of the race. And they are 3 wide here up ahead. Boy, this is chaos right now. They are all 3 wide. Who's going to come away with the victory? Derek Shaver up ahead. Contact. Shaver gets turned. Who's going to get through? Marty Cmejla gets turned as well. Who's going to come away with the win? Liban Van Leer's out front. Unbelievable. Liban Van Leer is going to sweep the night here in Rebel Valley, and he wins here at Echo Park. A chaotic finish. Liban Van Leer sweeps the night. I believe he becomes the first driver in like a month to sweep the night of races here on the Rebel Valley Sim Club. What in the world was that finish? Liban Van Leer pulls it off. He came in tonight with only one career win here in Rebel Valley. Now he has 3. Unbelievable. An insane finish. I think 3 cars were right there at the end. Leban Van Leer, though, goes to victory lane, and we'll get him in for an interview here in just a few seconds. All right, as we continue to wait here for our race winner, Leban Van Leer, if he wants an interview. All right, and there he is. Leban Van Leer, this is Ryan Wayne in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, how about that? You came tonight with 1 career win here in Rebel Valley Sim Club, and how about that? You're able to, you're now at 3 wins now. Just talk about that wild last lap right there. You just came out of nowhere to steal another win.
Yeah, that was a crazy finish. I remember I restarted 10th, and then when the pace car went off, it said white flag, so I was like, oh shoot. And everybody started going, everybody was pushing, everybody was going, and then everybody started wrecking, and then I just magically got through everything. You know, I took it away.
Yeah, you were one of the lone drivers that got away from that. I think it was Jordan Jung and Charlie Birch were the other 2. My apologies, that was a mistake on my part. That was supposed to be green-white checker there at the end. As you going back and take a look at the replay right now of what happened. But yeah, you were actually riding the wall. You had contact from Luke Gallagher, and fortunate enough, you were able to get your way through and hold off the advance from the 8 and the number 81 there at the end to get career win number 3. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to before we close out the session tonight?
Jordan Jung and Charlie Birch, them boys, and Zachary Mercer. I love working with them, and it was fun racing with them.
I'll tell you what, it worked out for you right there, and I think you're the first driver in about a month and a half to sweep the night of races. So congratulations, Lee Band, and maybe we'll see you next week, see if you can get career win number 4.
Appreciate it. See y'all next week.
Yeah, see you next week. That's Lee Band Van Leer. Let's we've got L-Dog now in our or Luke Gallagher here in interviews. I think he came home P4. So we'll get an interview here with Luke Gallagher, and we'll close out the live stream. Luke Gallagher, this is Ryan Way in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
All right, Luke, you were so close to get your first career win. You ended up getting P4 there at the end. Just wild circumstantial of events right there at the end. That was a mistake on my part set up the session, because that was supposed to be a green-white checkered, but unfortunately it was just a one-lap shootout there at the end. So my mistake, but talk to us about that last lap and just everything that went down.
I don't even know. I got spun out like with a lot of laps left, and I was just kind of riding around at the back and trying not to go a lap down. And then when we got to the restart, I knew I had a chance to go through everybody. And then when that wreck happened below me, and I thought I was through. Since Van Leer was already in the wall, if I had not gotten into him, I definitely could have won the race. And then as soon as I got sideways, I started yelling. Cause I've come close a lot of times on here to getting a win, but that's definitely the closest I've been. Like, that one really hurts, because I had no business being up there with how far back I restarted. Like, I cannot believe how quickly we went 3 wide. That was some of the most fun racing I've had in a while on here.
I'm glad you had some fun. How did it feel out on the racetrack? We saw a lot of drivers were struggling with rear grip. How did you feel personally in your number 00 Burger King Chevrolet?
Well, it caught me a little more off guard than it should have because I've been doing open races for my team, and we had like a really good setup this week. So going in here, the cars are just way, way looser than I thought they would be. Like turn 3 is just a danger zone, and you could see it. Like every time we went down there was like 2 or 3 cars that nearly wrecked. It was kind of crazy. I nearly wrecked on like lap 2 or 3 by myself, and then everybody wrecked in front of me.
Well, either way, you're able to come away with a 4th place finish. A good result here to close out the night. And is there anybody want to give a shout out to before I close the live stream?
Yeah, well, I guess I don't even know. I guess my team, since got a bunch of extra laps at Atlanta this week for running for him, clearly made the difference here. Just needed a couple more spots.
Well, Luca, thank you for your time. And I believe you're hosting Super Nitro Series on Wednesday. And best of luck hosting that for the community.
Yeah, Ryan.
All right, and that is Luke Gallagher. And that's going to be the end of our live stream here. I want to thank everyone for coming out. Now for tonight's sessions, we'll go ahead and switch back to live now. So Liban Van Leer comes away with the wins tonight. How about that? Came in tonight with only 1 career win here in Rebel Valley, and was able to get 2 here just for off drafting tracks. Got the win at Daytona, and then coming away with the win at Echo Park Speedway. So I want to thank you all for coming out to tonight's races. Be sure to tune in next Monday for the in-season tournament championship, where it'll be Marty Cmejla versus Aaron May. Those two will be going head-to-head at Kansas. So it'll be a 67-lap race. This will be a custom setup as well. This was not the standard Kansas setup. It's going to be a custom setup. I like this to be make it a little bit more racing instead of so highline dominant with the old stock setup. So 67 laps at Kansas next week to determine the inaugural in-season tournament championship. And also stay tuned on the Rebel Valley Discord. Make sure to scan the QR code to join Discord. Or keep your eye on the YouTube post for the Speed Demon Racing Network. Keep your eye on other events that might happen next week. So thank you for everyone tuning in tonight's races and driving in our field. And we'll be back next Monday for the in-season tournament championship. My name is Ryan Wayne.